Our website to set up your next delivery.
Next week, we have an exciting lineup planned just for you. We'll be sharing some incredible stories that you will not want to miss. And that's our show for today. Thanks for joining us on What's Trending. We'll see you right here on Monday. Have a great weekend, everyone.
At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. The Bahamas government reaffirms its support to 2 Caribbean nations in the wake of ongoing challenges. Also, WNBA champion and MVP Jonquel Jones is welcome home in a grand celebration. And later, a traffic mishap on Abaco claims the life of an adult male. The details coming up.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Yolanda Thompson-Everest. Thanks so much for tuning in. Topping the news tonight, the Bahamas government reaffirming its commitment to 2 Caribbean nations. This as one country is embroiled in a battle for survival while the other in the wake of economic uncertainty. Joan Davis-Rule has tonight's top story.
The war-torn country of Haiti continues to grab headlines. This as not only the national flag carrier Bahamas Air was forced to cancel all flights into that country, but as the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, has banned U.S.-based airlines from flying into Haiti after 3 airlines, Spirit, JetBlue, and American, reported being hit by gunfire. Another breaking story out of the island nation coming in the wake of a government shakeup. The appointment of a new Prime Minister, Alexis Philis Amin, on Monday, November 11th. Amin's rise to political prominence comes as the 9-member transitional presidential council fired former Prime Minister Gary Conille. In a seemingly prophetic twist, prior to these new developments, it was Haiti's plight that the Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Brave Davis, while on Grand Bahama, recently told regional and international diplomats remains at the forefront of the discussions and support.
To Haiti, our hearts and hopes we extend. We not view their struggles from afar, but feel them close. Like the pulse of the Caribbean tide, we are bound by kinship and by duty, and the Bahamas stands ready to support Haiti's path to stability and peace.
Haiti's future, he says, lies within the hands of the Haitian people.
Yet we believe that the foundation of that peace must be led by Haitian hands, led by Haitian voices, and sustained by Haitian will. We shall not falter in our support, for we know that the strength of one island fortifies the strength of all.
From Haiti, we move to another island nation, Cuba. From widespread power outages to a recent earthquake that rocked that nation. Prime Minister Davis, on the topic of Cuba's economic challenges, says the time has come for the shackles of Cuba's economy to be broken.
To our neighbors in Cuba, we agree the time for embargoes has long passed. The shackles that hold back free exchange must be lifted, for they serve only to hinder progress and prosperity in our shared sea. We call upon the world to remove this barrier, to allow Cuba the dignity of engagement and the promise of opportunity.
The Prime Minister stated that the time has come for Caribbean waters to flow with trade ideas and friendship, for only through connections shall our region thrive. Joan Davis-Rule, ZNS Network News.
In other news, nearly 100 new recruits have officially joined the ranks of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, a proud moment for the officers and their families. The graduation ceremony marked the culmination of months of rigorous training. Shalia Rule was there and filed this report.
Celebrating the induction of 96 new police officers into the Royal Bahamas Police Force, government officials, family, and friends gathering at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex. Highlighting efforts to address the police shortage that plagued the country just 4 years ago, keynote speaker, Minister of National Security, the Honorable Wayne Munro, addressing the audience, emphasizing the government's commitment to strengthening the force and ensuring the safety of communities across the Bahamas.
The recruits have been taught the science of being a policeman, but that's not all it takes. It takes being at one with the community, respecting persons. It also spoke as to the families and the support that they give to police officers. And the poem speaks about the need to be steadfast and show integrity. And if you do all of that, then you will keep your name.
The Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, Commissioner of Police Clayton Fernander, and the Assistant Commissioner of Police Shanton Knowles, all watching with smiles on their faces as the recruits displayed what they've learned during the 6 months of police training.
Great. It's great to see all of the new police officers during their graduation and passing out ceremony. I think it's a great day for Grand Bahama because this is where they train, and just happy to see that we are increasing capacity in the Royal Bahamas Police Force.
I'm elated to receive those 96 officers here in Grand Bahama. On Friday coming, we have an additional 100 in New Providence, so we welcome that.
I'm truly excited to have been given the opportunity to train 96 new officers for the Royal Bahamas Police Force. It's been a grueling 6 months of training, but I'm pleased to present these 96 to the people of the Bahamas.
The new police officers showcasing their training through impressive demonstrations, including physical exercises, drill routines, and vehicle stop and search procedures, highlighting the skills they've acquired during their preparation. Graduates also receiving rewards for their service during training. The ceremony concluding with the lowering of the nation's flag and the singing of the national anthem. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Rule.
The streets of Abaco claiming another life. The fatal accident taking place early this morning. Officers from the Abaco division received initial reports of a traffic accident around 6:40 a.m. Officers then proceeded to the area near BPL on Essie-Boodle Highway and met a 2007 Dodge Grand Caravan driven by an adult male. Police investigations further revealed that the vehicle was traveling east on Essie-Boodle Highway at a high rate of speed when the driver lost control and crashed into a large rock. This caused extensive damage. EMS and fire service attended the scene. The driver was then pronounced dead. Officers from Traffic Division on Grand Bahama are presently on Abaco assisting with the investigation. Meanwhile, on Abaco, police officers on that northern island are investigating an armed robbery that occurred at a business establishment on Front Street in Cooperstown on Wednesday, November 13th, 2024. Reports reveal that a man entered the business establishment brandishing a firearm while holding an employee at bay. The culprit stole a large sum of cash from the business before fleeing from the scene. This matter remains under active investigations. heroes welcome for Bahamian basketball sensation Jonquel Jones. The WNBA champion and MVP was celebrated in grand style as she returned home to the Bahamas. From her humble beginnings to international stardom, Jones's journey has inspired a nation, and her homecoming was nothing short of extraordinary. Shalia Roll reports.
A true hero's welcome for Bahamian basketball star Jonquel Jones. The WNBA champion and MVP for the New York Liberty made a grand entrance into Grand Bahama, greeted at the airport by the Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, and the Minister of National Security, the Honorable Wayne Monroe. As Jones stepped off the plane, she was met by a sea of proud Bahamians and the festive sounds of Junkanoo music, creating an atmosphere of pure celebration. In a heartfelt moment, Jones expressed her joy, saying, "I'm happy to be home."
It feels great to be back home. Hear the Junkanoo music, get the great welcome from everybody. It feels really good. You know, it's been a long time working hard to get a championship, and so to come back home and be received like this, it feels amazing.
After the celebrations at the airport, Jonquel Jones made a courtesy call to the Ministry for Grand Bahama, where the Honorable Ginger Moxie extended congratulations for the MVP.
Being a girl from the rocks, both rocks, we know that the challenges that exist when it comes to, you know, the sport, and Jonquel, she ventured.
It's not often that, you know, a championship is won. It's not often that it's a Bahamian player. It's not often that it's someone from Grand Bahama. It's not often that it's someone from the Rocks.
Yeah. Up next was a courtesy call to the Grand Bahama Port Authority, where Vice Chairman Sarah St. George extended a gift to Jones that was made by the late Edward St. George.
Internationally, represent so much that's important here. One is what they call a proof coin, which means you have to keep it inside its casing.
Norris Bain, the Deputy Director of Youth, Sports and Culture in the North, says this grand celebration could not be possible without the joint efforts of the Minister of Grand Bahama and the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture.
While we're celebrating Jonquel Jones, we ought to celebrate the work of the Honorable Ginger Moxie and the Honorable Mario K. Boleg. I don't think that our Prime Minister could have picked two better persons to run these two ministries.
Jonquel Jones is expected to visit schools throughout Grand Bahama tomorrow, and on Saturday, the Grand Parade at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex starting at 9 a.m. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Roll.
And still to come.
When we come back, still no appointment to Deputy Chief Magistrate. Could this be delaying justice? We'll have the story, sports, and more in the Bahamas Tonight. The Northern Edition returns.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good count salad, Junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Dolly Madison. Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
It's Football Sundays at Prop Club Beach in the Grand Lacayan. Catch all the action from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. with happy hour deals all day. Great food, cold drinks, and your favorite teams. Call 373-1333 for more info.
Attend the Grand Bahama College and Career Fair 2024 this Sunday at St. George's High School Gym at 1:30 p.m. Hear from representatives from colleges and universities, including government and professional agencies. Presented by Grand Bahama Administrators Association.
Island Dreams Productions presents The Affair, a thrilling show coming to the Regency Theater Saturday, November 23rd at 8 p.m. and Sunday, November 24th at 4 p.m. Get your tickets now, $40 in advance or $50 at the door.
Attention Freeport, get ready to fuel up faster with the Focal Smart Pass app. Say goodbye to long lines and hello to convenience at your fingertips. Pay at the pump and get back on the road in no time when you use the Focal Smart Pass app. Download the Focal Smart Pass app, fuel up faster at all Freeport Oil Company service stations. Download and fuel up faster today.
Number one team in the north. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
The justice system on the island remains without a deputy chief magistrate following the passing of Magistrate Debbie Ferguson. Since then, concerns over the court's backlog and repeated case adjournments have grown. In this report, an attorney at law says there are enough qualified attorneys to fill the position and is confident that once appointed, the backlog can be addressed and resolved. The deputy chief magistrate position in Grand Bahama remains unfilled 3 months after the passing of former magistrate Debbie Ferguson on August 12, 2024. Attorney at law Constance McDonald says that while there were occasional court delays during Ferguson's tenure, the prolonged vacancy has only exacerbated the situation, contributing to the growing backlog of cases.
At least what they could do now that she's died is just pass it on to another magistrate who would probably be able to deal with it, as opposed to keep on adjourning these matters.
The attorney says the island is in urgent need of assistance and calls for the appointment of additional magistrates to help alleviate the growing strain on the court system.
Especially petty matters that the magistrates deal with. You shouldn't have that long delay, and they shouldn't be continuously adjourned. And, you know, a lot of times, a lot of persons waste their time in the magistrate's court because of all the delays. And that shouldn't happen. We need to, we're trying to be 21st century. We need to be 21st century in every aspect of this society.
The attorney at law revealed that the Chief Justice visited Grand Bahama and met with the island's magistrates. She knows that thanks to their ongoing communication, significant delays should not occur moving forward. However, when it comes to addressing the growing backlog of cases, McDonald suggested a focused approach to help resolve the issue.
They will probably have to bring in another magistrate to deal with the backlog. And they need to do that as quickly as possible. We don't have a shortage of legal talent, and we don't have a shortage of persons who want to be magistrates, so I don't know what the holdup would be.
McDonald, who also served on the Judicial and Legal Service Commission, explains that while the Chief Justice chairs the commission, the process for filling the vacant Deputy Chief Magistrate position is straightforward, noting that it involves inviting applicants, conducting interviews, and ultimately appointing a magistrate to the role. That's a look at stories making news. Shane, what's happening in sports?
Well, Night League returns this evening down at 8 Mile Rock, and the organizers say it's going to be a very, very fun season.
Thanks. Sports comes your way next. But first, here's a check on your local weather forecast.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Cause it's so beautiful.
When you order a large Pizza Hut specialty pizza, you unlock a delicious deal. For a limited time, you can add a small one-topping pizza for just $2 more. Hawaiian, Supreme, barbecue chicken, meat lovers, and more flavors. And for just $2, you can double the deliciousness. But hurry, this mouth-watering twice as nice deal won't last forever. Call Pizza Hut Freeport at 352-9191 today.
Spruce up for the holidays with great savings this Friday and Saturday at Paint Fair in their new location on Bellevue Lane. All paint, all supplies, wallpaper, and flooring in stock are all on sale this Friday and Saturday at Paint Fair, Bellevue Lane. Call 352-9788.
Bahamas. It's a grand celebration honoring Apostle Leon Wallace. Friday, November 22nd at Grand Lucayan Resort, Grand Bahama. 6:30 p.m. Admission is free. Love gifts welcome. See you there.
Portobello's at the Grand Lucayan invites everyone to a Thanksgiving celebration. Enjoy Sunday brunch on November 24th or Thankful Thursday on November 28th with a buffet and live entertainment. For more details and reservations, call 373-1333.
Have you been waiting for windows? Then wait no more. Cornet Bahamas have in stock now PVC sliding windows, casement windows, and impact sliding windows with mirror tinted glass, all in different sizes and styles. Call us at 352-1301 or visit any of our 4 locations in Freeport, Nassau, Abaco, and Eleuthera for the great products and great prices. Open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. Cornet Bahamas, dream, design, deliver.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Shane Stubbs, and welcome to sports. Well, the Grand Bahama Amateur Basketball Association's night league action tips off tonight at the Amarok Gymnasium at 7 p.m. Vice President Andrew Williams says they're building off some great momentum from last season, which should make this year a lot more fun.
We had our first ever All-Star game. So we had a dunk-out, three-point shootout. We invited the barbers there versus our quote-unquote celebrities. We had an award ceremony for the conclusion, so we would have handled our rings and had everybody come in and had a good time at Pelican Bay. Our brand is to try to build it around the players. So once the players are engaged, the coaches as well, the players and coaches, once they're engaged and they're talking and they're advertising their personality and their style of play and what they like to the public, I think it'll be appealing to everyone.
Next in sports, Rosina Nesbitt Oriole Knolls High School volleyball action resuming with the junior boys quarterfinals. The Tabernacle Falcons advanced past the Sunland Stingers 2-1. They won the first set 17-11, but lost the second set 17-19 before closing things out 15-10 in the third set. The Amal Rock Blue Jays halted the Sister Mary Patricia Panthers in a 3-set thriller. The Blue Jays took the first set 18-16, but dropped the second 17-19, eventually winning the third set 15-8. And the LAS Buccaneers made short work of the Jack Haywood Stars in 2 sets, winning both 17-0. And lastly in sports, it was a hero's welcome for WNBA champion and finals MVP Jonquel Jones, who is home and will be celebrated this Saturday with a grand motorcade. Here she is on the occasion.
It really feels good to come home and be embraced in this way, and to have people just cherish you, because there's a lot of hard work that goes on behind the scenes that people don't see. And so especially as a woman athlete, a lot of times we get overlooked and we don't get the things that we deserve. So to come back to the place where you were born and bred and where people poured so much into you, it feels really good to be welcomed in that way.
Well, tomorrow JJ will make the rounds to a few schools, and then the Grand Motorcade and Parade takes place this Saturday at 9 a.m. at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex. You better not miss it. And that's your check on sports, ladies and gents. I'm Shane Stubbs. Your Facebook friend of the day is up next.
The Forever Flower Shop. Check out our new selection of artificial flowers and wreaths. Choose stems for your own projects or get a pre-made arrangement as a quick fix to a dull space. If you're a soon-to-be bride, inquire about bulk ordering for floral options that won't break the bank. It's all here at Island Bedding and Furniture, located at number 5 Queens Highway across from Caribbean Veterinary.
It's happy hour at Prop Club Beach in the Grand Lucayan. Join them every Friday and Saturday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. for great food and drinks. Open Monday to Thursday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and until midnight on Fridays and Saturdays. Don't miss out.
Welcome to Health Bites, and today we're going to talk about how to gain weight. A lot of people struggle with putting on weight, so if you know someone, feel free to share these tips with them as well. Here's how you gain weight. The main thing you want to do is take in more calories than you burn daily. That's called being at the calorie surplus. Of course, to do that, you need to know how much calories is in the food that you take. So reading labels, using apps, they'll tell you how much calories is in the food, and you'll make sure you're taking as much calories as possible. This can be difficult. That's why you can use products such as a vitamin syrup, which helps to increase your appetite, to help you eat more food, and also weight gainer shakes, which also give you that quick calories. Some of them have up to 1,100 calories, so they can quickly get you to that calorie surplus that you need to be at. Another way you can reach that surplus quickly is to eat calorie-dense foods. Those are foods that are high in calories. Things like cookies, peanut butter, avocado, they're high-fat, high-calorie foods, and they help you to reach that surplus faster. Another way you can make sure you reach your calorie goal is to plan ahead. Make sure you have your food prepped and ready so you're never missing meals. This is key to staying on track with your diet and reaching your weight gain goals. If you need these products, you can find us here at the Raven Mall, the Fitness Connection. We have a vitamin syrup to help with your appetite, and of course a variety of weight gain shakes. You can choose the correct one for you. Come check us out.
We all need to save time, gas, and money. Shopping at Save More can help you do just that. Make us your first stop for all your prescription needs and medical supplies. Get all your health and beauty items at the same time. And don't miss our huge choice of snacks to satisfy your cravings. And the largest vitamin selection and over-the-counter relief products. Need diapers and other baby care items? First stop. The new section for makeovers, cosmetics, and beautiful jewelry will make you sparkle for that next special event. Save More Drugs, your more store.
With BGC's crystal clear mobile service, stay connected seamlessly, whether on land or at sea. Our reliable postpaid plans keep your loved ones closer, no matter where life takes you.
ETP is a full-service personal protection and hazmat product provider. We're one of the largest stockers of these type of hazmat equipment in the Caribbean. Whether you're a carpenter or plumber, a mechanic, those who work in the industrial sector, dealing with oil and gas, chemical products and industry, we have products here to keep you safe on the job. We're located right in the mechanical engineering compound on Queens Highway and the building 12B here on Queens Highway, right across from Bradford Marine. We're open Monday through Friday from 7:45 until 5, and on Saturday from 8 until 12. The phone number is 829-5598.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that's going to do it for us here in the North. I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest. Thanks so much for tuning in. The Bahamas Tonight is coming your way next.
Join us for the third episode of the SBDC's Business Blueprint. This week, we're tackling the navigation of economic uncertainty, strategies for resilience with our expert guest, Dr. Leo Roll. Learn how Bahamian businesses can thrive in the face of economic fluctuations, global market shifts, and local policy changes. Dr. Roll will share essential strategies to help you stay competitive and grow, no matter what the challenges may be. Don't miss the SBDC's Business Blueprint, Monday, November 18th at 9 p.m. right here on ZNS TV 13.
Clint Watson has been the trusted voice of journalism for over 2 decades. He is your first choice for hard-hitting discussions, your best choice for current affairs issues and investigative journalism. It's time to start the journey of relentless journalism. It's time to start the journey of facts over fiction. It's time for the Rundown with Clint Watson here on ZNS, where only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
At Harold One, I'm Ted Jervis, and this is ZNS.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, what is needed for Haiti's success? CARICOM shares its hope on the issue and where it stands with achieving the end goal. Also, the national flag carrier makes a difficult decision as gang violence surges in one of its key markets. And a sleepy community rocked by gun violence. Hear what investigators say led to the country's latest homicide and where they are in solving the crime. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. CARICOM tonight expressing grave concern over the transitional governance process in Haiti, with every hope of having an early meeting with its new Prime Minister, Alex Fils-Aimé, and continued talks with Haiti's leaders. CARICOM stressing in a release that the pressure of the approaching deadlines for attaining major objectives of the transition process, coupled with the conduct of free and fair elections and the seating of a new and democratically elected government, is becoming increasingly urgent. As far as it sees things, while CARICOM stands ready to work with Haiti's leaders, cohesion, coherence, and accountability are critical ingredients to the ultimate success of the transition moving ahead. The United Nations estimates that more than 3,000 Haitians have been killed and 500,000 displaced this year alone. Well, in related news, the national airline, among other carriers, halting services to troubled Haiti following airport violence there. Bahamas Air's managing director, Tracy Cooper, says they're monitoring the situation. Now, keep in mind, Bahamas Air provides services into Cap-Haitien, one of the airline's key markets.
The Bahamas has a high-level diaspora of Haitians, and as such, it is a sort of a gateway between Haiti and the Bahamas, natural gateway, and as such, we operate 2 flights a week. That's 2 flights using the 737 into Cape Haitian on a weekly basis. The flight is relatively productive. It has good loads on it on a consistent base all year round, and as such, provides a good means back to the airline.
Meantime, there's been some concern raised and a lot of questions asked about the new extension of stay for visitors application process, which took effect almost 2 months ago. Tonight, Corval Pyfrom speaks to immigration about the new policy, and it turns out there may be much ado about nothing.
Immigration officials hoping to put an end to misgivings arising from the new $200 non-refundable application fee for all extension of stay applications implemented back in September. Nothing, the department insists, about the new policy impedes the process.
Nothing has changed. The Bahamas government and indeed Parliament would have initiated a processing fee for all visitors extension, and that is law. That is not something that the Immigration Department arbitrarily did. That was done by Parliament. Therefore, that's across the board.
Assistant Director of Immigration Rudolph Ferguson attempting to set the record straight about the extension program for visitors. Very little has changed, he says. Applicants are still required to be interviewed in person by an extension officer, and the same documents like passports, proof of payment, return tickets, and immigration landing cards must be provided. He warns, though, that extensions are not guaranteed, and again, that $200 fee is non-refundable.
The government has made a determination that all persons entering will be granted 30 days across the board. If you choose to stay in the Bahamas as a visitor beyond that period of time, then you will come in for what we call an extension of your visitor's stay.
Assistant Director Ferguson determines the changes are mostly minimal, but are essential to better streamlining the process. He does not expect there to be much inconveniences for those applying, especially when they are eligible.
You must be cognizant of the fact that there are other mitigating factors involved in this as to the security of our country. We're just not going to allow any and all persons to come in without taking our security into consideration.
The fee, the director confirms, can be paid through an online portal, and persons can apply anywhere in country. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pyfrom.
Well, while Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Davis reasons why the world should pay even greater attention to climate change at this week's COP29 conference, Energy and Transport Minister the Honourable JoBeth Colby Davis had another agenda to fulfill, and that is listing the country's plan to reform energy. In her address to COP29's high-level roundtable on energy, advancing climate mitigation action, Minister Colby Davis disclosed that the country's shift to cleaner, more efficient fuels is a necessity. She insists there is an added urgency to adapt and expand renewables, like focusing on solar and liquefied natural gas to foster a sustainable, cost-effective future. The Energy Minister also detailed plans at the National Emissions Agency, which includes generating 125 megawatts of solar and other renewable energies across the Bahamas. The ultimate vision, she claims, is to install over 80 megawatts of solar power nationwide. She added details of residential solar and battery energy storage involving the Prime Minister's youth unit to equip them with the technical skills needed in their community. Well, the Inter-American Development Bank's latest publication, Are We There Yet? The Path Towards Sustained Economic Growth in the Caribbean, is dealing a heavy blow on several sectors here in the Bahamas. A portion of the report indicating that 73.4% of local companies have made informal payments to government officials to either obtain or speed up the necessary approvals or access to services. This data not sitting well with Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation Chief Executive Officer Dr. Leo Roll. He feels more information needs to be disseminated on who was surveyed.
If you say 75% of businesses have been taking bribe, or 73%, I think it was, but you've only surveyed 4 people, then that means 3 of the 4 people have been taking the bribe. So how many persons were surveyed? How did this report come about? Is this anecdotal evidence? Is this hearsay, or are there actual records that these persons can prove that, yes, they did pay bribes? And so we want to understand really and truly the impetus of the information, how it came about, and of course encourage persons of all sectors to do your job.
The Chamber exec also weighed in on the report's findings that crime accounts for $100 million towards the national deficit.
There's a business owner in a community that's crime-ridden. They may lose business because people may not feel like it's safe to shop there. They also have to, about 40% of that we look at when we looked at the report, spoke to businesses trying to find measures of security. And so if I'm spending as a business owner 40% of my income, or whatever percentage of my income, trying to increase my security measures, then that obviously will have to be passed on to consumers through inflation.
You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the national report. There's more news in a moment.
In the chaos of our daily lives, it's easy to be caught up in the rush. But when you're behind the wheel, remember, rushing can lead to disaster. Don't rush. Take your time. Remember, your life and others depends on it. Slow down. stay alert, and arrive alive. Because in the race of life, it's not about how fast you get there, but how safely.
This message is brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
KFC is giving you more to love with our KFC Bucket Meal with large size. Get the KFC Family Bucket featuring 8 pieces of juicy chicken, family fries, and 4 biscuits that feeds 4. A KFC Deluxe Bucket with 10 pieces of delicious chicken, 2 larger sides, and 4 biscuits that feeds 4 to 6. Or a KFC Party Bucket with 15 pieces of our chicken, 3 larger sides, and 6 biscuits that feeds 6. And we'll handle the dishes, plates, and utensils included, so you can lick your fingers and reach. KFC knows value, and it's finger licking good.
Sounds of Christmas.
Amari, it's time to go. Amari!
This holiday season, don't get left behind. Stay connected with lightning-fast fiber internet from BTC. When you sign up for a BTC fiber bundle, you can also get a $500 gift card on us. So you see, being home alone isn't so bad when you're holidaying with BTC.
Amari!
Be sure to visit one of our stores today.
Honestly, ain't making no sense, man. How people making it out here, Dre? If you want to stop living paycheck to paycheck, you gotta learn how to budget. First, write down all of your income. Then, list out all of your expenses. And don't forget to save. Stop throwing away money. Put something aside for savings. And get this, government savings bonds can safely grow your money. So start budgeting, save your coins, and invest smart. Financial independence, wait. Financial independence, wait. Learn how to invest in government savings bonds on the Central Bank of the Bahamas website.
$10 deal. Available only at Marco Southwest, Prince Charles Village Road, and Robinson Road. Man, let me see what it's about. I'll take 20 of those, please. Wait. You good? Yeah, bro. Marcos, get this new deal. Get yourself a large one-topping pizza for only $10. $10? Yeah. Thank you. You're welcome. Hey, I need 30 of them $10 carry-out pizza deal, please.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies.
You're looking at a shot there of Bahama Boulevard, also Miss Shot, MacFit Gym. Today's beauty shot, all courtesy of our female drone pilot, Destiny Reed. Kudos, Destiny. Well, welcome back. The usually quiet residential community of Monastery Park abruptly awakened last night as it became the scene of the country's latest homicide. A male victim left dead in the street along Kildare Drive around 11 Wednesday night. The man, according to police, had apparently been in an altercation of some sort before he was eventually shot and stabbed. The man, believed to be in his late 30s or early 40s, suffered multiple injuries. On the scene of last night's incident, officer in charge of the Northeastern Division, Chief Superintendent Antonio Monroe, provided limited details about the circumstances surrounding this killing.
What I can say at this point, based on information received, is that there was a white Japanese vehicle to the eastern side of Kildare. They had what appears to be an altercation with the deceased male. Gunshots were fired, and that vehicle proceeded west along Kildare. I would assume going directly to Bayard Road.
Police were unable to say much about the apparent altercation that led to this man's death, nor the number of people believed to have been involved. Chief Superintendent of Police Chrislyn Skippings again appealed to men to work harder at resolving their conflicts.
You need to put your egos aside. Put your macho-ness aside. Because once you fail to exhibit patience, we're going to see this continuing to happen. I don't want to see another young man killed.
Meantime, a landlord-tenant dispute that ended in a stabbing and another domestic altercation on Hyla Street off Blue Hill Road in an area called Black Village, leading to increased police presence. Our Daniel Dean this morning joined officers in a walkabout of that area.
We have a number of abandoned homes in our community that we need assistance with moving some of the homes that they're using for safe haven for criminal activities. Also, derelict vehicles, also in certain streets, certain areas. They're also using them for hiding.
National Neighborhood Council Chairman Jason Fitzgerald got the ball rolling when it came to giving police ideas on how to curtail crime. The Black Village Police Walkabout on Thursday was conducted with this goal in mind.
We always want to know how people feel about the police within their areas, in their communities, in where they work, where they live, where they have to go and play. We always want to have that sort of a dialogue with residents, the business community and the residential.
Police Assistant Superintendent Dion Kingsley Brown Sr. warns that on top of efforts to prevent murder, this season brings in increased amounts of armed robbery cases.
On Thursday, the 21st of this month, we'll be having a crime symposium. Our topics will be stolen vehicles, armed robberies, and domestic violence. The persons who are going to be speaking on it are persons who deal with this on a day-to-day basis.
Police officials implore the community to attend the event set to take place at Central Church of Christ in Yellow Elder between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
In other news tonight, while the Burnett Road Ponciana Inn continues to be in demand for those in need of temporary shelter, social services officials have been busy upgrading the facility. Still, Permanent Secretary for the Ministry of Social Services, Information and Broadcasting, Fedra Raming Turnquest, strongly stresses that the shelter is temporary and by no means indefinite. At
this point, we are trying to introduce that if you are coming forward and you are asking us for the temporary shelter, if you continue to be a part of a repeat cycle, then obviously we need to intervene and we need to have some conversations with you. Can you please allow us to provide you with some financial counseling? Sometimes these things are tied to other challenges in the person's life, and we recommend psychological counseling. Sometimes they don't take our advice, but we try and we press on.
The social services exec also made this appeal.
Those who are trying and are working and are saving, perhaps you can come forward, adopt a family, try and help them in some way, mentor them, mentor the kids, be a support to them. We cannot allow the government to be the only support system. We are there when the safety net of your family has failed. That itself is another conversation.
Well, we have an update tonight on that eastern diamondback rattlesnake recently spotted on Harbor Island. What we can tell you is that a team from two different wildlife consultancies, Wild Bahamas and Natural Selections out of Florida, are on the ground conducting surveys and assessments with the expectation of updating authorities once that assessment is complete. Now, Scott Johnson of Wild Bahamas is leading those investigations. He's expressed hope of having the official assessment in hand no later than Saturday. Johnson telling ZNS News the team will remain on the island for a few more days as there are a lot of places this venomous snake can hide. Well, stay with us. On the Beat is after the break.
The smart way to pay at the pump.
A decade ago, the Bahamas Striping Group of companies was birthed out of a passion to change the way we travel. From only a $5,000 grant, the tenacity and work ethic has propelled BSGC to one of the leading road management companies in the Caribbean. We pride ourselves on going the extra mile where others won't, through the use of our state-of-the-art equipment and our certified team. Although the success is commendable, the road has been long. Yet, the mission continues in striving to be a world-class organization ran by Bahamians for Bahamians. With the help of our experienced and hardworking team, we at the Bahamas Striping Group of companies are committed to making a difference, one road at a time.
It's good to be alive this holiday season. Alive is partnering with Western Air to bring 4 lucky Bahamian students home for the holidays for free. If you're a student studying in Florida, all you have to do is share a creative video showing us why it's good to be home for the holidays with the hashtags.
It's good to be home and it's good to be alive.
And don't forget to check out our live social media pages and bealive.com to see if you're eligible.
It's good to be alive when things free.
And it's even better to be home for the holidays.
In the Bahamas, island time is real. The history of Morris Lumber Company, established in 1945, is etched into the fabric of this proud island nation. It's a story that deserves to be celebrated in full color, and that's where we come in. Morris, the paint place, has been bringing color and vitality to homes and businesses across the Bahamas. Here, color is more than just a hue, it's a symbol of life. Together, we can paint a brighter future.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
This portion of the news is brought to you by RBC's Holiday Home and Auto Expo, November 16th, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at RBC's JFK location in Royal Star House.
The Ministry of Social Services still in Abaco tonight, this time registering individuals with disabilities amid concerns that the numbers are underreported. Devontae Hanna and cameraman Victor Adderley joins me live from the second of 3 town hall meetings on that island. Devontae?
Well, Makushal, we're in Sandy Point, Abaco, here at the James A. Pinder Primary School, where the second of 3 town hall meetings hosted by the Ministry of Social Services is, in fact, underway. I can tell you that dozens of residents are in the room now, hearing of those services that the Ministry of Social Services, in conjunction with the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities, are now learning of the benefits that they can receive. But this trip is not just for them to receive that benefit, but it is for the Ministry of Social Services to address a critical issue, which is to find as much people as possible who are dealing with disabilities in the Bahamas. Tonight, the Ministry of Social Services is on a fact-finding mission to register persons with disabilities on the island of Abaco.
I just feel that we haven't counted persons with disabilities in the census. Our count in the last census in 2010, the total count was 10,138, which we think was totally underestimated.
That's Chair of the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities, Nalini Bethel, who, along with the Minister, the Honorable Miles Larota, believes the amount of persons with disabilities in the Bahamas are largely underreported.
The Bahamas population is around 400,000, which means that statistics show that 15% of each population, which means that the Bahamas should have about 60,000 people with disabilities. Right now, our registered list is around 1,500.
That's why the Ministry of Social Services is hosting 3 town hall meetings on the island under the theme of Let's Talk Disabilities in an effort to decentralize its assistance.
I wanted to go to Auckland's Crooked Island and Long Key. You know, I'm a Crooked Islander. And I promised the residents there that we'll be coming. I thought we would get to them this year, but it looked like it'll be in the first quarter of next year.
Well, of course, this will not be the final stop for the Ministry of Social Services. Tomorrow night, the team will be in Central Abaco at Patrick Drake Bethel High School. And as expressed by the Minister of Social Services, the Honorable Miles Larota, he says that the ministry desires to take these formal settings, or these, rather, I can tell you they're a bit informal, a mixture of both, for residents to find out more. They're going to take these settings throughout the length and breadth of the Bahamas. We know that last week they were in Grand Bahama. We know that there were several town hall meetings across New Providence, and these town hall meetings will be geared specifically toward talking about disabilities. So there are people that are in the room right now that are on wheelchairs. They're learning about how they can get walkers, canes, anything that can assist them, of course, with their disability. And they're giving out decals here. They're going to be at Maxwell, a food store, on Saturday as well to pass out some of those decals, as well as some lanyards for persons with disabilities. And so it's going to be an ongoing effort for the team here in Abaco, and it will not finish until Saturday afternoon. So reporting from South Abaco and Sandy Point, Abaco, I'm going to send it back to you, Kushlo.
Well, good job there, Devontae. Well, standing by to give us a sneak peek of Access Now, right about now, are LaDon and Marcellus. What's up, guys?
Because let me tell you, the Popeye, the crack Congo, or should I say the Kong salad celebrity is in the house this evening. Marcellus, I know you're excited about doing that interview, right? Do you like Kong?
I do.
Okay,
I do. Popeye, I would have thought it was like shrimp or something.
Oh, okay.
Spinach, sorry.
Yes. Sounds real good. Stay with us. Our feature story is up next.
Is the Little Caesars Stuffed Crust Pizza. Get more pizza for less money. Only $12. It's a whole new level of pizza with cheese stuffed crust so spectacular that there's nothing left.
Pizza.
A delicious pepperoni pizza with the crust stuffed with lots of cheese and brushed with butter and garlic flavor and sprinkled with Parmesan cheese. Hot and ready Thursday to Saturday between 4 and 8 for only $12. Simply irresistible. And only at Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Sounds of Christmas.
Amari, it's time to go.
Amari.
This holiday season, don't get left behind. Stay connected with lightning-fast fiber internet from BTC. When you sign up for a BTC fiber bundle, you can also get a $500 gift card on us. So you see, being home alone isn't so bad when you're holidaying with BTC.
Amari!
Be sure to visit one of our stores today.
Hard hats, ribboned shovels, wide smiles, handshakes, and neatly wrapped sweet treats don't normally go together. But in the case of one James Hamilton, they're the perfect matchup.
James Hamilton has seen his fair share of construction sites. After all, for years, he's made a living as a contractor. His dedication, leadership, and master craftsmanship leading to countless Bahamians realizing the dream of home ownership. But this time around, all the rocks and rubble and shovel were for him, as Arawak Homes put shovels in the ground for its newest subdivision in honor of a man who's been building houses for more than 40 years, starting out as a drywall specialist.
People in the construction industry sometimes get overlooked, but it's the people in this industry that help to build everything around us. It's the people that take several vacant lots and make it a place for people to live. It's people like Mr. James Hamilton who don't just talk about nation building, but are actually building a nation. By naming this community after Mr. James Hamilton, when some people ask, where do you live? They would say, I live in James Hamilton Close.
James Hamilton Close sits in southwest New Providence, just off Carmichael Road. The community comprises 14 single and multi-family lots. The honoree, whose children continue his rich legacy, couldn't be more delighted. Construction's to begin as early as January 2025.
That does it for the National Report, but stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
Get the glow, keeping you in the know.
in the know. God, it's good enough to eat, and it's good to grow. It's good enough to eat, and it's good to grow.
The Anchor Awards is almost here, and 4 deserving men will be honored for their contributions to the fishing industry here in the Bahamas during their lengthy careers under the Lifetime Achievement category. The Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources was able to get a hold of 3 of them tonight.
You know, when I hear about the Anchor Awards, they were planning on honoring fishermen for the work that, you know, they do over the years, I think it was a good thing because I think it's long overdue.
It's honoring. I appreciate it very much. I share that with quite a few gentlemen, some that I know of, that have worked very hard.
I am grateful for the nomination, but the overall goal to me has always been about how do we empower Bahamians through this industry.
These men have been advocates for ensuring the Bahamas fishing industry is preserved for Bahamians and have made great strides in changing policies.